For years, tennis has been defined by the powerhouses from Europe and the Americas, but quietly, from the heart of Southeast Asia, a new force is rising, a young woman carrying not just her racket, but the hopes of a nation. Alex Eala, the pride of the Philippines, has once again shown the grit and brilliance that makes her one of the sport's brightest young stars. At just 20 years old, Eala entered the WTA 125 Jingshan Open as the top seed. Expectations were heavy, the spotlight unrelenting, and yet, in her opening round match, she reminded the world why she is no ordinary talent. Facing Belarusian Aliona Falei, a 21-year-old fighter with 5 ITF singles titles, Eala battled not only her opponent's raw power, but also her own body, enduring an early injury scare that threatened to derail her campaign before it truly began. The match began with a statement. Eala stormed to a commanding 3-0 lead in the first set, breaking serve with the precision and confidence of a seasoned champion. Falei fought to stay alive, holding for 3-1, but the tone had already been set. Ayala's sharp shot making and fearless court coverage sealed the opener 6-3, but the match was far from over. The second set unfolded like a drama scripted for the big stage. Falei clawed her way back, capitalizing on Ayala's momentary struggles after a long medical timeout. The score leveled at 3-all, the tension rising with each rally. For nearly 2 hours, the two young stars traded blows, 5 consecutive service breaks turning the contest into a seesaw of nerves and resilience. Yet when the moment of truth arrived, Eala found the steel within her. Serving at love in the 12th game, she slammed the door shut on Falei's hopes, sealing the straight sets victory, 6-3, 7-5. It was more than just a first-round win. It was a display of determination, a glimpse of greatness under fire, because champions aren't defined by easy victories. They're forged in moments of adversity, when the body falters but the spirit refuses to break. And here lies the bigger story. Ayala's decision to stay in Jingshan, despite being offered a spot at the prestigious WTA 1000 Beijing Open. She could have been in Beijing, taking Aryna Sabalenka's place in one of the season's marquee events. But Eala chose a different path, one that speaks volumes about her mindset, focus, patience, and the belief that every battle, no matter how small in the eyes of the world, is an opportunity to sharpen her craft. This choice and this victory echo a deeper question for tennis fans. Are we witnessing the rise of a player who can not only break barriers for her country, but also stand shoulder to shoulder with the sport's elite? The Philippines has never produced a Grand Slam singles champion, but Eala carries both the skill and the will to change that narrative. She now advances to the second round, where she will face the seasoned Japanese veteran, Mei Yamaguchi. Another test awaits, another chance to prove that the Filipina starlet is not just a rising name, but a force destined for greatness. As she walked off the court in Jingshan, her victory was more than a line on a scoreboard. It was a story of resilience, of calculated choices, and of a young woman writing the opening chapters of what could be a historic career. And so, the intrigue deepens. Can Ayala's body hold up under the relentless demands of the tour? Can her mental strength carry her through the grueling tests yet to come? And more importantly, could the tennis world be standing at the dawn of a new era, led by a 20-year-old Filipina determined to etch her name into history? One thing is certain, this is just the beginning. It has been a year of historic firsts, and for Alex Eala, the rising Filipina tennis star, 2025 has become more than just a season. It has become a statement. At only 20 years old, she is not merely competing on the world stage, she is rewriting the record books for her nation and inching ever closer to a place among the sport's elite. The past 9 months alone have been nothing short of transformational. Eala became the first woman from the Philippines to break into the WTA Top 100, a milestone that had long seemed impossible for a country where tennis is still growing in visibility. But Eala didn't stop there. She climbed inside the top 60, reached her first WTA Tour final, and stunned the tennis world by winning a Grand Slam main draw match at the US Open. For Filipino fans, it was more than just a victory. It was the validation of a dream decades in the making. And now, as the tennis calendar shifts to Asia, Eala stands at the threshold of yet another career-defining moment. She has chosen to open her campaign at the Jingshan Tennis Open, a WTA 125 event, instead of competing at the more prestigious China Open. To the casual fan, it may seem like an odd decision, but for Eala, it is a carefully calculated step, one that could catapult her into uncharted territory story in the rankings. As of this week, Eala sits at world number 58, just 2 spots shy of her career high mark of number 56, a milestone she first reached in June. But Jingshan offers her more than just matches. It offers a gateway. With 125 valuable ranking points up for grabs, a title here could propel Eala inside the top 50 for the very first time in her young career. That breakthrough would not only be another personal milestone, it would cement her as a trailblazer for her nation, carrying the hopes of millions of fans who have never before seen a Filipina player rise so high. Consider the stakes. A victory in Jingshan would raise her points tally to 1,208, a leap from the 1,083 she currently holds. That margin could be the difference between simply being a promising young player and being recognized as one of the tour's next true contenders. And the beauty of her current position. Eala has no points to defend, which means every match, every set, every rally is an opportunity to climb. But this isn't just about numbers. Eala's 2025 has been defined by bold decisions. She could have chosen Beijing, a WTA 1000 event where the spotlight is brighter and the stage grander. Instead, she opted for Jingshan, a tournament that offers her both the chance to win and the chance to build momentum on her own terms. It's a decision that speaks not of avoidance, but of strategy. Champions are not only built on center courts under the brightest lights, but in moments where focus and patience create the foundation for long-term success. And so the questions begin to mount. How far can Eala go in her Asian swing? Could this be the week she breaks into the top 50, becoming not just a star in the making, but a contender with the power to shape draws, dictate narratives, and inspire an entire generation? The world has seen this story before. From Rafael Nadal's teenage climb to Serena Williams' rise as a global icon, tennis thrives on trailblazers who defy odds and redefine expectations. Eala is writing her own version of that story, one grounded in resilience, daring choices, and the quiet determination of someone who knows she is carrying more than her own career. She is carrying the pride of a nation eager to see its name engraved on the sport's biggest stages. The Jingshan Tennis Open is more than just another tournament. For Alex Eala, it is another test, another proving ground, and perhaps the next great chapter in a season already filled with historic breakthroughs. The milestones are within reach. The question is no longer if she can achieve them, but how soon? Because when history calls, Alex Eala has shown she is always ready to answer. Because behind every statistic, every headline, lies a bigger truth. Alex Eala is reshaping the story of Philippine tennis. Once a country on the outside looking in, the Philippines now has a player who trains at the Rafa Nadal Academy, competes with the best, and dares to dream bigger than anyone before her. Her journey is no longer just about wins and losses. It's about hope, representation, and the courage to prove that greatness can come from anywhere. Alexandra Eala's 2025 campaign isn't simply a personal triumph, it's a watershed moment for Philippine sports, a story of resilience, adaptation, and unshakable drive. And if the first 9 months of 2025 are any indication, this is only the beginning of a career destined to leave an indelible mark on tennis history.